We're on our way to rendezvous with Freddie Dobbs at a campsite, which is why we've got all the stuff packed onto the bikes here. We're nearly there. We just stopped for a breather. When we get there, we're going to have a chat with Freddie about motorcycles, about YouTube, about the channels, all sorts of things, and ask him some of your questions that you've asked us to ask him. So it should be a good one. Let's go.
So we have arrived and we are at the Wing Hall. So this is a farm shop and campsite. They've got 4 different fields and it's in some beautiful picturesque countryside. But look at this amazing house, it's huge. And they've got a little coffee shop here called the Buttonhole. I misread it when I first came in, but it is called the Buttonhole. It's got a lovely seating area down there. So this is a beautiful place and a very grand entrance with some lovely trees. So we're just waiting for Freddie and then we'll set up pitch in our field. We've just chosen our spot in the field and I can hear a bike coming. You made it.
Hello. Hi.
How are we?
Very good.
Good.
Nice to see you again.
Your bike looks very clean. So this is the first time we're using our new tents, but we want to add a little bit of a challenge element to setting up the tent. So we're going to see which of us can set up their tent the quickest. So put your bets in the comments below. I think Freddie's probably going to win because he's an expert in setting up tents. We're idiots, aren't we? So let's see how this goes.
Well, I've got the 3rd pole in and Freddie's finished. So
Finished a long time ago.
I think he's won slightly. Anyway, let's persevere. Right, how about that? Thank God this was here. The ground is rock solid. Hasn't rained for God knows how long. And ow, still going, but obviously it's the first time we've ever done this. Freddie had finished an hour ago and he's gone for a walk to get some water. We of course we let Freddie win. Don't say anything, but we let him win. Now I'm just going to peg out the bottom here.
I thought it wasn't that warm today, but you soon get hot when you're setting up a tent. And we have finished setting them up, so I think they look the business. These tents are fantastic. I haven't finished pegging this out slightly, but it's a good size in there. I've got an inflating mattress, it's self-inflate, so hopefully I'll come back in half an hour, that'll be done. And this one, you can actually put your bike in. So the Bullet will be going in here. So the Bullet's actually got more sleeping space than we do. But let's have a look in here. That's good, plenty of space. It looks like, is that a sort of little outside compartment to store stuff at the back? Looks like you've got about a foot at the back there. Just to put
the door at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent.
There's somewhere on the wall to hang things, I think.
Is there?
Oh, these things here.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Little pockets.
So these tents are absolutely fantastic. Very, very well designed. I'm very impressed, and I cannot believe how small it packs up. So we've definitely lost the race in putting them up, but I think now I know how to do it. I could do it twice as quick next time.
So we're here today with the inimitable Freddie Dobbs, who I'm sure you've seen before on YouTube and Instagram and any other places.
YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, they're the main ones. And Freddie does a similar sort of thing to us, which is motorcycle content with travel and all sorts of bits and pieces. He'll tell you about it himself. How was the journey up?
Gridlock traffic the whole way. People tooting the horns and going crazy. It's that, that summer traffic. It was absolutely crazy. Gosh. 3.5 hours the entire way, and I thought I knew the way to get here. And I missed the M11, so I had to turn on sat nav and I had to double back for 25 minutes.
Oh gosh.
Awful.
Yeah.
Bless you.
It's self-inflicted.
You arrived, so she's amazing.
Yeah, I arrived.
It's a lovely place, isn't it?
Yeah,
I've
gorgeous.
spent almost no time here in
Really?
Rutland. I know nothing about it.
If you could have any motorcycle, price wasn't an object, and value didn't matter, so it didn't matter resale or anything like that, what motorbike would you have?
There's two that immediately spring to mind. One, I'd say the boring one, my Bonneville.
Yeah.
Norton Commando.
Yeah.
When I rode that Commando, that is a magical bike. The
is.
feeling that you get from it is unlike anything else. Like, it's uncomfortable, it's too loud, but that feeling from that bike, for me, it's all emotion.
Yeah,
about
it
how I
is.
buy a motorbike. I don't care if it's the most practical or anything like that, but the feeling it gave me, that would be number
Yeah.
one.
Really?
Very closely followed. Okay, it's too boring saying mine. Let's say Triumph T120.
Okay,
Those two
yeah.
are my
Yeah.
favourite bikes I've ever ridden.
Yeah. Have you ridden any of the old classic
Too hard.
Triumphs and
Yeah.
various things?
They're so
Or
difficult to
even
ride.
in your last video, I saw you riding that. It's sort of a bit of a what did it say? CCM on the tank?
Oh, yes,
But
so that was
it was a Triumph.
CCM, it's so weird. CCM BSA Triumph mix.
Yeah.
Really?
Triumph frame, BSA X and Y, and then CCM tweaking and modifying.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I rode it, but honestly, when you ride one of these bikes with a right-hand shift, you feel like you're a new rider again.
You do, yeah.
You get to a junction,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh my God, there's a junction. What do? I have to use my right leg to change down and up. Oh,
You ended up changing gear.
yes, I don't like it.
That's the thing, you've got to say to yourself, brake left, rather because the gear change, your brain kind of gets fairly quickly because it's easy, but suddenly an emergency happens.
Yeah.
I
And
know.
then you think you hit the wrong side, don't you?
Yeah.
I skidded the rear wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lock up very easily.
It locks
Yeah.
up so
Yeah.
easily.
So what about, the Harley Davidson? I know you like Harleys, don't you?
I do like Harleys. The most polarising brand.
Yeah.
You two know, don't you?
Yeah.
In biking, I'm a huge Harley fan. For me personally, I think it's everything good with motorbiking. It's beautiful mechanical engineering. They're beautifully designed. Nothing's hidden with plastics or anything
No.
like that. They've got proper character. They're built to cover huge distances. They look incredible. Like, everywhere you have to spend the money on a Harley Davidson, you can see it in solid metal.
You
I
can.
really like that about it.
Yeah.
You're not paying for electronics you're not going to use for most of the models. You're just
Yeah.
you're paying for that beautiful engineering. I'm a huge Harley fan. I'd take a Street Bob.
Yeah.
That would go in the Dream Garage. A Harley Softail Deluxe from 2005. That would go in the Dream Garage. I love Harleys.
Well, now you've got space, there could be a few.
Yeah, that's true.
James, I've really started thinking what would fit,
Yeah.
like slot into the garage, 100%.
Before we go on to the viewers' questions, I'm curious, apart from doing what we see you doing, do you have any other hobbies or interests, or do you go tennis, gym, what sort of thing?
Travel, love travel, just travel and road trips. Gym 5 times a week, and travel and go to a ridiculous amount of coffee shops. Like, honestly, I would just spend all my money on travel.
This is a beautiful view. And this was actually one of a few options. And we did look at a different campsite, didn't we?
Yeah, we
But-
literally were going to go to another one which is nearer to Rutland Water. So I rode down there last week to have a look and see where we could stop. So I went along there. There was a barrier up that said go around to the office. There was nobody about, so I just rode through. I rode round the campsite here and there and just rode back. And this woman was standing there like this with a dog. And she was so hostile. And she said, I saw you going around there. I said, yeah, I was looking to see where we can, pitch the tents. Well, you can't do that. It's private land. She was really hostile.
And customer gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then, so, cut a long story short, I said, well, it's a no then. So, yeah. Do you want to do the viewer's question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me.
Or the viewer?
Yes.
viewer,
Yes. Should I be nervous?
No,
Good.
I don't think so.
Good.
Or maybe.
You've vetted them, just kept the nice ones in
Well,
there.
yeah.
Not this
no,
time.
not this time.
But we will.
We're starting
Yeah,
in
that's
Goa.
high up on the list.
Yeah.
Start in Anjuna for the Motoverse Festival. Then we'll head inland all over the place. And we'll just, every night we'll just see where we end up. So we haven't booked a route.
Wow.
So we booked the first hotel. We're going to book the last one just to be sure. But everything else in between will be ad hoc.
Bikes from Royal Enfield themselves.
Yeah.
But then it's your route. You
Yes.
do it however you want.
Exactly.
From down and go to
We're finishing in Mumbai. So they'll collect the bikes from the hotel in Mumbai when we're finished. Which is great. It's nice of them to do
that. That would be phenomenal.
Yeah, so I don't know whether we're going to have 2 bears or a bear and something else. We're not sure
What
yet.
would be your pick?
I think it'd be quite nice to have a variety. So if we had 1 bear, maybe a classic 350 and the Signals one, the army one.
Yeah, yeah.
Or even a classic 650.
I was surprised last time I saw you in India. You didn't find the classic 350 as comfortable as I thought you would.
No, I think for a couple of hours it's fine, but when you're riding like 5-6 hours, like we were, it's that ridge at the back of the seat because you have to sit right at the back. So you're sitting on that little seam. That's the reason.
But I'm exactly the same as you two.
Yeah.
Something about India, after the first time you go, you're like, that's it. It's one of the most amazing places I've ever been.
A day's gone by since I went there that I haven't thought about it. It's incredible.
Did you were in Goa? When you were in Goa, were you thinking, I genuinely think I could live here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go tomorrow. But I mean,
was that
obviously,
blown away with
yeah,
it?
totally. We went to Wales and Darcy stayed here, so we don't want to leave Darcy again. But if Darcy said, "Look, Dad, I've had enough of England. Should we go to India?" I was like, "Right, let's book the ticket."
Really?
I'd be gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I would too. I was eyeing up those beautiful old like Portuguese houses on the side of the road, and so many of them just abandoned.
Yeah.
You think, what's the story behind them? How long have they been abandoned for?
What struck me though is because of Hinduism, the evidence of wildlife everywhere. Whether the cows is wildlife, dogs in the countryside, monkeys, everything you can imagine. Because they respect animals. It's like we live here together on this planet in harmony, and that's just so lovely.
The vibe is amazing with that, isn't it? It's
Like
everything
here we're
that
in,
it represents.
in the countryside, there's not an animal in sight. So you don't get anything walking about. You could easily have sheep, horses, cows walking about. There's plenty of space.
When you're having your breakfast or your lunch in Goa and there's just monkeys in the trees above you and stuff like that,
it's amazing.
It's incredible. I love it.
Right, this one's from 2 Up Freedom, and he says, a question for all 3 of us. How did you feel when you realised just how popular your videos are? And what is the possibility of a Top Gear type YouTube series on bikes with the 3 of us presenting?
I'd absolutely love that.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it would, yeah.
That would be a dream.
Yeah.
The BBC's watching.
Yeah.
Do you know the
I'll put our number below.
put it below. Do you know the funny thing is, do you remember when Jeremy Clarkson and all, they left Top Gear?
Yeah.
And they said, send in a video if you want to be a presenter on Top Gear. Okay. I sent a video.
Did you?
Yep, I did. I actually filmed a video about my favourite 3 cars. I sent it into them and I heard nothing.
No.
I got nothing. Do you know, I was so proud of this video. I sent it in, I told my friends, it's like, I've applied for the Top Gear job. And I was so proud of this video, nothing at all.
Oh, no.
That reminds me, I sent in a video to Top Gear, it must have been 30 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I filmed something, I had a mini Metro. And I filmed, I was driving around like a lunatic, skidding around up on 3 wheels like this.
Really?
I thought, they're definitely going to pick me. Didn't hear anything.
Brilliant.
Oh well.
They probably thought, who's this idiot boy racer?
Yeah.
That's definitely what they thought about me as well. Yeah. But, to answer the question, that would be a dream. And also with regards to people watching the videos, I'm so grateful.
Yeah, totally. So are we. Right, this one from Andrew K, 114. Maybe he's got a Harley with that username. Followed you. Well, hang on.
That's a censored one.
No.
Yes, that's a nasty one.
He says, you were both influential for me getting my motorcycle licence. That's good to hear.
That's very kind.
And ask him how he wants his new garage to be like. We were just talking about this off camera. Is it going to be an ultimate man cave or a boring but practical storage space?
I've been getting overexcited with these two telling them. Nothing like just a storage space at all. Chesterfield sofa. Yesterday night at 9 p.m, Monica headed off to Sudbury to this old house where they're getting rid of a whole load of their old furniture. and they had on Facebook Marketplace loads of their furniture, and one bit is exactly what we were looking for.
Brilliant.
It was classed as very old, they don't know how old, Persian rug.
Oh, wow.
Just like it's faded, it's got all this patina.
Amazing.
And we've got Chesterfield sofa, Persian rug, 1970s cabinet on the side. And behind the chill out area there, so that's the chill out area, behind that, couple of motorbikes, like have those on display.
Brilliant.
Dartboard, foldable pool table, maybe get a basketball net outside,
Yeah.
like, just turn it into a proper like good time space.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. I have to pre-read them before I actually read it out, so that
Thank you, Darcy, for shielding me.
this one's from Fernando. He said he's been following Freddie for a long time.
Thank you.
Please ask him if the tour group into the Arctic Circle was really satisfying or a sort of punishment for the body and soul, despite his constant enthusiasm shown in the videos.
Both.
Both. Yeah.
It was really satisfying to do it, a trip I'll never forget. But there were definitely some bits during that trip. It was really seriously unpleasant doing that.
Yeah. I honestly, I must say, watching it, I thought, I couldn't do that.
You know, when you're going on a ride and if you get caught in a downpour,
Yeah.
you always know in 45 minutes you'll be home, so it's fine.
So it's fine, yeah.
This was going in a downpour, knowing you're still going 3 days away from home to then have to go another 3 days back. And you're perennially wet and cold.
And you can't dry out.
And you cannot dry out. We spent the whole time soaking wet, all the time.
The Marley Man is asking about the Libertatia and how it started and how you chose your first product launch and what your plans are for the future.
So we started 2.5 years ago, and we wanted to come up with a product and a brand where every item that we make feels special. So you know, like years ago, everything was made in England, and we've lost that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to come up with something where we try and bring everything in-house and make it all in England, all from the nicest materials. And this was our first product. So this took us a year, if you can believe it, a year to design. It's an oilskin, British. Open it up like that. And you can see all the patina on it from all of the rides and stuff like that. That's our first product. 1 year of testing, designing, and tweaking it for a bike and for the tactile feel.
Yeah.
And then after that, we came out with the book, which is thanks to all the viewers really, because they came up with the stories for us. And then a T-shirt is imminent.
It will be the same as the one you're wearing at the BSA launch.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah. So we've been testing. We like to try and test it.
This one from Sam. He says, hello guys, question for all three of you. What got you into motorcycling in the first place? And if you guys could choose only one motorcycle to ride from the current list of motorcycle lineups for the rest of your life, which bike would it be and why?
Gosh.
It's a good question.
Can I start? I started riding at the age of about 7 because my dad's best friend's son had a scramble bike which he used to go around the garden on. I used to sit on the back and I was hooked forevermore. Then my dad bought me his old Honda ST70 and the rest is history. Just kept riding. My dad used to ride as well. So I suppose that influence lasted and I just still do it. Yeah.
I was 25. I was way later. Yeah, I remember I was going to work one morning. I worked in London at the time. Thinking, God, I'm so bored. I need some an outlet where I can actually really enjoy myself. And suddenly I just thought, biking. Biking is a way that you can enjoy yourself every day.
Yeah.
Like going to work, instead of having to get on a train, you're enjoying your actual ride to work, your journey to work, and that's where it started.
For me, I mean, he used to take me to the motocross track because he used to do motocross.
Yeah.
So when I was 4 months old, I was by the side of a motocross track. So I've always loved the smell of motorbikes and the look and the sound. But I was very much into dirt bikes. And that's what I lusted after because that's what you rode. Yeah. But I got a sort of pit bike when I was 7, didn't I? Like a little derby pit bike. But I did, we had this sort of field, it was near where we lived, and someone cut the grass, but they'd left a clump over a big rock. So I hit into this rock and I flew over the handlebars, and it put me off for 7 years. So I didn't ride a bike again until I was 16 when I got my 50cc. But then, you know, ever since then really, I've been riding.
If you could only have one bike, what
From
would
the
it
current
be?
lineup of bikes, it has to be a new bike.
Shall I start because I started before?
Yeah.
It's a hard one. I love the Harley Davidson Breakout. Absolutely love it. But I don't know whether I'd want a bike that could do a bit of everything. So that makes it hard. I don't know. I mean, the Bear's very nice. The new BSA Scrambler's very nice. I don't know. Because I'd probably go for an old bike if that was in the choice. But being a new bike, probably a Breakout.
Yeah. Yeah, it is cool.
For me, T120 Bonneville or Harley Sport Glide. That's such a good bike.
Really?
as well. Oh, it's
Okay.
an excellent bike. Yeah.
I didn't gel with the Sport Glide.
Did you not?
No, I didn't like it.
Take off
It's
that front
okay.
fairing.
Yeah.
Oh, it transforms the bike.
Really?
You know, from a looks point of view.
Yeah,
I found it just comfortable, powerful, spot on. It's a great bike.
The Bear would be up there, but I've already got that, so that's an easy choice. Possibly, I really loved the Lowrider S that we had recently.
Yeah, that was
That
sensational.
takes
It was really, and it was such a thrill to ride. It was
Yeah.
just
Was it that good?
so good.
Incredible.
Yeah, really, like, I wish I had more time with it. Right, this one from AF06 says, this is for Freddie, how are you able to travel the world on a classic Triumph when the industry and influencers would have us believe we need gargantuan adventure machines?
I really like this question.
Yeah.
I always like this. For me, the Bonneville is the perfect adventure bike. It's comfortable, it's easy to ride, it's perfect. I've never had the Bonneville, taken it out for a long ride and thought, you know what, I need more power, I need
Yeah.
more size, I need more of anything. For me, that's perfect. It does everything.
Yeah.
What CC is that one?
865cc,
Okay.
65 horsepower. I've
Pretty
never
sweet
ever
spot,
thought
isn't
I
it?
need any more.
No.
Never. It's perfect. It doesn't have any rider aids. I don't need the rider aids. It's just spot on. It's my dream bike.
I found that I just rode the Bear 650 to the south of France and back, and I don't know whether that video will come out before this or after.
Look forward to that.
But I've found myself saying the same thing. I thought it's got 47 horsepower, and really I never felt that I needed any more power. I could cruise happily at 80 miles an hour. So, you know, I've got no need to do 100. I did perhaps feel that it would be nice on a really long journey when you're doing a lot of motorway stuff, which I did, to have a fairing. You know, the ideal bike would have been a Harley Heritage or something for that, the motorway. But when you're there, the Bear was a lovely bike to have at the destination.
I mean, that's it. I strongly believe bikes like the Bonneville, they are adventure bikes. Every bike is an adventure bike. I truly believe
Yeah,
it.
I
And
agree.
I love it more than ever. The Bonneville, I love it. I have it forever. It's perfect.
This is a question for all of us, or it could be. Sterling Art. You've all tried many bikes and have looked at the pros and cons of each. What bike would you say makes the best bike for a new rider?
Classic 350 Royal Enfield.
Yeah, it's probably
Any
Or any of the
that
350,
bunch, really,
yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
not too powerful, they're easy to ride, they look nice, reliable, they won't spit you off, they don't do anything silly. Yeah, I'd say one of them.
yeah, it's a good start. What about the new BSA Bantam?
That's a little faster for a new rider.
If you're brand new and you've not
Yeah.
had a 125,
Yeah.
if you've had a 125 or something like that, then I think you'd be okay.
For me, seat height
Yeah.
and the weight distribution. If the bike's got a really, really low centre of gravity, that is transformative for a new rider. So
Yeah.
I would actually favour something like a BSA Gold Star, something like that. That's got a really low seat height. It means it's accessible and it's not daunting when you get on it. So for any new rider, I always recommend just get something with the weight low down. That's what I like personally.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could say that about the Harley. Like, I had,
Yes,
you know, the
surprisingly
weight's low
easy to
down.
ride.
Yeah, exactly, and it's got a really low seat height. So although it's a 300 kilogram bike and it's got a lot of torque, Yeah, I found it okay, but I had also, you know, that whilst that was my first big bike, I had ridden, you know, 20 or 30 different under 50 odd horsepower A2 bikes to do videos on. So I'd already ridden so many different bikes. So I wasn't a new rider. It was just my first big bike.
So I think that wraps up the questionnaire.
Yes,
We've
questionnaire.
been sitting here for 3
Thank
hours.
you.
Yeah, we have.
No, that's
We will have
absolutely
to
lovely.
put the best bits in, but
Yeah.
maybe we need
Cut
to
out my waffle. Just cut
all
out
of
my
our waffle. I think we've all
cut out
waffled, haven't we?
yeah. Thank you everyone for sending questions. I really
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks for
it.
your
That's lovely.
questions, and hopefully you've found this entertaining.
Yeah. And we'll find out whether Freddie really does talk in his sleep, because Monica's told me that he does.
Luckily, I brought my earplugs because I know that you're going to be snoring all night.
Apparently I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so thank
He
you
keeps
for the
me
warning.
up, yeah.
I've been
And
warned.
typically he's in the middle of us, so he's going to keep both of us
Yeah.
up in the
Well, it's
night.
like we're biking, got earplugs.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
I'm working out this rather good little gas stand. Now this is nifty, look. Little thing. I've not used it before, I hope it
That's
works.
tiny.
I know.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Gosh.
So it screws on and folds out somehow. I don't know how.
2 hours later.
That's good, isn't it? They fold out like that.
Hmm.
That's rather good. And it's got a little starter, I don't know how it works.
That one's
Oh,
not
it's got a little button.
round fully, is it? Yeah.
No, does it slot in? Maybe it slots in. Ooh, what have I done? A little starter there.
Huh.
I have problems with this because years ago I had one of those gas things that you just push into, and I thought it'd be a good idea to put a candle in the tent, and I was fiddling around with this gas thing, and it started coming out going down the sides, and it set fire to the entire tent. The whole thing.
Oh my God.
I lost my eyebrows, the hair, I had a hat on, lost the hair at the front.
Really?
Lucky it went out as quickly as it lit up. But
Good job you had a hat on. You might have lost all your hair.
Yeah, I know. So this one's a screw-in one, but I've never tried it before, so hopefully it'll be all right. Oh gosh, I'm scared. Oh, there's no flames. Oh, hang on. How tight do you want that?
Don't know.
Potatoes and chicken curry. How about that?
That looks quite good.
Looks alright, doesn't it?
Easy.
Only from a tin though, so we don't know what is Aldi's tinned curry like. Not as good
It's
as.
supposed to be hot.
Is it hot yet?
It says hot.
Hot? What? Spicy?
Yeah, it doesn't
No.
taste a bit hot.
No. This is the problem with stuff in England. When it says it's spicy, it's not really, is it?
English hot isn't
No.
Indian hot.
That's what I learned
Yeah.
from the video actually.
Yeah.
When I was watching that.
How's it?
It's supposed to be hot, but it's very mild. It's just about Indian. It's not very.
No, I didn't think it would be very nice.
Okay.
Yeah. And Freddie has got the most powerful.
Porcini mushroom, being cooked in pasta, and this is so ridiculously powerful.
It's
This will
unbelievable.
go from cold water to boiling in 1 minute. It's
minute.
more powerful than any kitchen one that I've used.
It's amazing.
insane.
I couldn't believe how quickly it
It's
boils.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like a flamethrower.
Yeah,
It's
you've got to keep on your guard.
Good morning. I've just woken up. Not sure what time it is. Didn't sleep all that well. Tossing and turning. But dying for a cup of tea, so I'm going to have a quick brew up. Darcy and Freddie are still in their tents. Sounds like they're asleep. So a cup of tea should wake me up. Morning. How's it?
That's alright, actually.
Lovely tent.
Yeah, it's good. You sleep right?
On and off.
Yeah. Happened?
Fully dressed.
Oh right, I was thinking, God, he fell over in the tent.
No, it's
It's all
never.
collapsed.
It's never graceful getting out of this. Oh, never.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
that's the.
Okay, cool. It looks ridiculous, doesn't it? It's not bad.
That's what I was thinking. What's
It
going
feels
on?
nice though, like 6 weeks not using that.
Yeah,
Feels like being back home.
yeah.
Seriously, it's really nice. Yeah. And the bike's in there.
Bike's in there, yeah. Yeah.
It is really nice. I like
Here
it a
for a
lot.
few days somewhere.
Yeah, if you've got 3 days somewhere.
It's good, man.
Oh, that is excellent. Wow,
Yeah.
that looks really, really good like that. Definitely. Count me in. Brilliant. Yeah, I don't know.
Right, we're packed up now and just about to leave. So we've had a good night. Nice chat with Freddie. And if you'd like to see us do something like this again, just comment in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to Freddie Dobbs.
Thanks so much.
And we'll see Freddie again in the near future.
Hopefully so, definitely. Thanks all.